Has 7 shutouts this season as the Gauchos kick off, and we are underway. And some miscommunication already as Chava overran that ball, but there was Finn Ballard McBride. So the Gauchos going direct, not playing it back, Ben, as we are underway here at Harder Stadium.
It's a lot warmer than the other night, and that field isn't quite as slick as it was either the other night. They struggled to cope with that. There was a few people slipping and balls going astray a lot, but we see Caden Von Steeg here at right back, which means Jorge Aldana goes over to the left-hand side. We spoke a little bit about Sam Fletcher and Ramses Martinez being really key for this team in midfield, and they're both in there tonight.
And Pablo Figueroa chested that one down, but Chava Aguilar unable to get to it, and this will go across the way, and it's a throw for UC Riverside, the first possession of the match for the Highlanders.
Yeah, it looks as though Finn Ballard McBride's going to start the right-hand side of the front three, with Figueroa on the left-hand side of the front three, and Chava playing centrally with Thabit Bartman behind him. So, you know, Ramses Martinez and Sam Fletcher will be the engine room for that midfield here tonight, with Thabit Bartman pushing a little bit higher.
Here the Gauchos now will try to build out of the back. And they turn it over to UCSB. Now UC Riverside, which has outscored its opponents this season 26-18. The Highlanders now on the ball. And that one dummied through and cleared away by Henry Davies. Dummied through by Dorian Morrison. The Gauchos have got to keep an eye on him. He's a big forward. Oscar Pineda is also a very dangerous player, with leading them with 5 goals.
Yeah, they struggled with that single striker the other night a little bit, and allowed some shots on goal. I actually spoke to Will Gillingham after the match, and he was not happy with his own performance in the second 45 minutes. So, you know, he felt as though he didn't play particularly well, but some of the players around him didn't either, and that contributed to the player getting a lot of shots on goal. So hopefully a little bit more solid here tonight.
There's Davies. Up over the top for Chava, down that left channel. And that one defended over there by Agustin Guerrero. Turnover here by Riverside. The Gauchos on it. This is Sam Fletcher. To repeat, a win by UCSB tonight and an Irvine draw or loss against Northridge would give the Gauchos the regular season championship of the Big West Conference and the #1 seed for the Big West Conference tournament, which carries with it a bye and a first-round home game. And if the Gauchos were the #1 seed and they were to win that second-round match, I should say, on November 6th, then they would host on November 13th. As a foul committed by Riverside here, and Thabit Bartman behind the ball. Let's see what Bartman does with it. He'll chip it, back post, and here is Davies with a shot, and that was steered away by Gonzalez.
Yeah, there's Henry Davies again. He was a threat in the box the other night, wasn't he?
Yes.
And it's a simple little play, you know, just clip one to the back post, and he ran around the back here, and UC Davis didn't do a good job marking him up, and it's a decent effort there.
Great save by Gonzalez, and a heck of a volley attempt with the off foot there, with the left foot. So Caden Von Steeg will take the corner for UCSB. And that never made it to the first man. One of Ben Callan's pet peeves.
It is indeed. He gets fined for that. It's a fine.
Ramses Martinez plays it back post.
That was a great ball by Ramses.
Yes.
Just needed someone to go and attack it.
Well, Gillingham was wiped out on that far side, but Will throw in now, or will he? No, he will not. This will be a Riverside throw. Look at Will just kind of get wiped out over there by Fremar O'Morrison.
Still kind of struggling to see what formation Riverside are playing here. I mean, it's evident they're playing 4 at the back, but it's a little bit difficult to see what they're doing in midfield and forward. Really, we just haven't really seen it look anything structured right now. It just seems to be a little bit of everything.
Highlanders play it down into the final third, and there is Zeller way off his line. And a nasty collision over there with Jorge Aldana and Dorian Morrison.
Yeah, just shoulder to shoulder. It's interesting. Jorge Aldana actually came off better there against him.
To throw for Riverside is Hernandez. Into the box. Headed away by Henry Davies. Now the Gauchos break out. That ball over the top really never had much of a chance, with Chava about 10 yards behind it. Highlanders now moving it in. And this will be a goal kick for Zeller. No score here in the 7th minute at Meredith Field at Harder Stadium. Glad you could join us tonight on Gaucho Vision. A huge match for both teams, and Riverside, as mentioned in the pregame show, Ben, sits in 5th place in the Big West Conference. The top 6 teams make it to the Big West Conference tournament, so a huge game for the Highlanders as well.
It is, yeah. They could probably secure that playoff spot here tonight with the win and not have to go into the last game, kind of worrying about whether they get the result or what other people do. So
yes,
it's a tough game tonight, and it kind of looks. I'm still trying to work this formation out. Sometimes it looks as though they're in a 4-4-2, and other times it looks like they're in a 4-2-3-1. So they've definitely got someone sitting on Thabit Bartman there. They've got number 25 Padilla that's kind of sat in front of the back four, as teams seem to be doing against the Gauchos so far this season.
UCSB turns it over here.
Definitely hear Tim Von Steeg a little bit more in these last few games, right?
Oh, yeah.
We've definitely heard, he's kind of kicking every ball with them right now.
Mm-hmm.
To start this game with 7 minutes in, he's kicking every ball already, and he definitely did it the last 2 games as well. He was exhausted in the post-match game.
Just more exhausted than some of the players.
Yeah, exactly. he's out there just barking instructions the entire time, so.
Gauchos really being pinned in, but now they break out. Here's Ramses Martinez. He's got Bartman to his right. He feeds Thabit here. Thabit with that left foot, bends it, but too high.
He did as good as he could with the first ball from Ramses Martinez, which was played a little bit short. He had to cut inside. You see here, he cuts inside, and otherwise I think he would have probably played into Finn Ballard-McBride had it been on his right foot towards the back post, but decent effort. Chava, running through again. We spoke about the other night. He just ran offside, and it cut the first pass out to him.
Highlanders break it into midfield. This is Clark. Osorio marked by Fletcher. It will be a throw for UC Riverside. As soon as Sam gives him the ball. Riverside has been playing well as of late. 3-1-2 in their last 6 matches. Gauchos are on a 9-match unbeaten streak. They have been playing exceptionally well.
And again tonight, kind of getting that win, and I think one of the main things for the Gauchos is just not picking up any silly injuries or suspensions.
Hernandez. And here's a drive that's blocked by Gillingham at the top of the 18. That shot taken by Osorio, and the Gauchos break out.
Yeah, Riverside have thrown numbers forward, and looks as though the Gauchos are going to be able to break in situations like that if they can win the ball back and play first time forward.
Both teams have been solid out of the gate to begin this match. That one sent over the top by Guerrero. And only Gauchos back there, but UCSB clears it out. Wondering if the play might have been to Zeller there instead of clearing it out. Nice job by Aldana holding up his man, but the Gauchos again turn it over in midfield. Here's Souter. Right now, Riverside is controlling the pace of play, Ben, and
they are,
and the possession as well.
They are, and I think the Gauchos are struggling to understand exactly what formation they're in, the same way as I am, because I can't figure it out for the life of me. I mean,
all we know for sure is they have 4 in the back.
Yeah, they're playing 4 at the back, but one's always going very, very high, and even now they're looking like 3 at the back. So who knows what they're playing? Because right now I have no idea.
And I think you make a great point. I think the Gauchos are trying to figure that out as well.
They just seem to, they keep giving the ball away in situations like this because it just doesn't look very orthodox what Riverside are doing.
No. Souter plays it back to Guerrero, up over the top. On the left flank on the run is Osorio. He's played off the ball by Gillingham, and well done by Will.
The gap between defense and midfield right now for the Gauchos is far too big as well.
UCSB has so far not been able to get Finn Ballard McBride involved, but maybe they will on this break. And Figueroa loses it. Far side, Omarison dispossesses, and he turns it over. Boy, this is just a lot of one-way traffic with Riverside. And here's a dangerous opportunity now for the Highlanders. A shot, and that hit the side of the net. Boy, Tim Bob-Stieg has got to be beside himself right now, Ben, with the way things are shaping up. The Gauchos
started very slowly, and the gap between Ramses Martinez, Sam Fletcher, and Thabit Bartman is massive. It's just huge, and you know what? Thabit Bartman has to drop into midfield. He's got to drop into midfield, and he's got to help, because right now he's sat as pretty much just a forward that's just sat under Chava, and he's got to drop in and make that triangle in midfield. Otherwise, you know what? They're going to continually lose the ball.
UCR was the one who took that shot that hit the side of the net for the Highlanders, and now the Gauchos get McBride involved. And this is Fletcher with a switch ball to Aldana. Gauchos moving it into the final third. Martinez has that one defended out of bounds. It will be a throw. Good defense by Federico Ucar. We'll see it again here. And I don't think Ramses exactly knew where that ball was.
I think he wanted it played a little bit harder and in front of him, and it was just a little bit slow, and he didn't quite adjust his body.
And that is a Riverside throw. Gauchos back off, and Tim Bob-Stieg wanted them to pressure that throw in better than they did. Martinez now. Good move to get away from Morrison. Ballard McBride. Fletcher. Aldana's got space, and he's got time. He'll play this in, and on the redirect, no redirect from Chava. Too high. Good opportunity here, Ben.
It is, yeah. It's just a little bit too high for him, and he would have done really well. I mean, he'd have had to have flicked it in an opposite direction, but not a bad ball by Aldana. He's good.
It looked like incidental contact, maybe a bit too quick on the whistle of the referee. No, there's no foul there, I don't think, Ben.
No. Nope, nothing.
Morrison who went down. Tim Bob-Stieg has all the respect in the world for this Riverside team, but they turn it over here. Here is Chava, top of the 18. His shot was blocked by Guerrero. But Tim has all the respect in the world for this Riverside Highlanders team.
Yeah, they look a good team right now, and Gauchos just can't seem to figure them out. look, they were getting ran a little bit ragged.
There's Chava, who just took that last shot that was blocked by Guerrero. 16th minute, no score. And now here's Morrison. Kind of a heavy first touch there. Plays it back to Osorio. Now on the left side is Clark. And that is Panete with a hold up top. Here's Clark playing it in. Played away by Will Gillingham.
And I've just heard Tim Van Steeg on a couple of occasions now shout double, as in to get two men around the ball.
Gauchos break out here. And this is Pablo Figueroa. Riverside getting men back. Aldana plays it in.
Yeah, like I was saying, yeah, he missed it, but like I was saying, Coach Tim Van Steeg's asking his players to double, and right now they're struggling to get one, never mind two.
Yes.
You know, they're just continually just being played around at this point. The little interchange previous to it is David Bartman didn't follow his runner, and Hernandez was able to get free and play a low 1-2, so they need to get tighter. You see here, look, ball into feet, and they're able to turn.
And an excellent tackle by Fletcher. Oh, Ballard McBride gives it away. And that'll go against Thabit.
Yeah, so the tackle by Sam Fletcher, it's a great tackle, but you're coming from behind. So at some point that's not going to work for you, and you've got to get in front of the ball and you've got to stop passing lanes, and right now they haven't done that. They haven't matched the effort and the intensity of Riverside when they're looking to play the ball. You look here, every single time they're able to turn, get possession of the ball. You hear again Tim Van Steeg saying tight, and no one's even close to them as they come through.
And here's an opportunity for Riverside. They'll lay it off for Morrison, but Morrison, kind of a heavy touch. Clark tries to get to it, and the Gauchos luckily able to turn away the Highlanders here.
That number 7 for Hernandez for Riverside is a fantastic play.
Yes,
really
impressive.
Good. Here he is there putting pressure on Sam Fletcher, but wow, his movement and his, it's like he's got eyes in the back of the head right now. They just can't figure out what to do with him.
Gillingham. And Figueroa unable to get to that 50-50 ball.
Here again, so much time on the ball.
And Bartman dispossesses. Babbitt wiped out at midfield. Referee swallows his whistle. And Bartman's hurt. Caden will kick it out.
Hopefully he's all right. He had a little bit of an ankle injury here a few weeks back that he played through and kind of recovered from. So.
Gillingham getting a stern warning. There's Will. And there's the injury again to Bartman.
Honestly, I think it's a good tackle. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Thabit up now, and he's none too pleased with what just transpired.
Right now they're getting outworked. The Gauchos are getting outworked and outpossessed, to be perfectly honest. So if they're going to be mad at something, they've got to be mad at themselves and start to pull it out a little bit. They haven't matched the intensity of Riverside. Like I said in the pre-game show, it's a team that's fighting for something.
Yes,
and that's always dangerous. But.
And Zeller's goal kick way offline there. Quick throw. Highlanders already in the final third. Oh, right back in it goes.
There he is, Hernandez again.
Yes.
Great feet.
Soria plays it out wide to Clark. this one will be defended by Caden Vom Steeg. Gauchos being stepped all over in the back here. That's a nice ball.
Yeah, Riverside aren't worried by them one bit right now. They're happy to go and use attack as the best form of defense, to be perfectly honest, and it's working for them. They continue to win the ball high up in the field. Something that the Gauchos actually do to most teams.
Yes. Here's Padilla. It has been a flat start by UCSB. Still no score. I will say, Ben, the Gauchos have been very good defensively in their final third. That back line so far has bent but not broken.
Yep, indeed. I think you hit the nail on the head. It's bent and they've looked shaky, but you know what? It hasn't transpired to anything so far.
Everybody kind of stopped there, and the referee said play on. Look at the intense pressure by Riverside in the back, and again another Gaucho turnover.
Yeah, Chavis got to be able to hold that. He's a big lad.
And now into the 18, the Highlanders go. And Henry Davies calmly collects the ball. Chava.
I think it's time to maybe start to look at the bench and some options to change something, because he's given 21 minutes and so far they haven't done anything. They haven't changed anything so far in the way that they've played. So, you know, it's when you start to look to the bench and you say to people, come make an impact tonight.
Mm-hmm. You're exactly right. And there is the Gaucho bench. There are plenty of them over there. They are well stocked. This year's team, loaded with talent, loaded with reserves.
Looked like Rene Pacheco and Nemo Phillip that was getting ready on the bench with the camera shot there.
Yes. And Nemo is up ready to check in at the table. There he is, number 85, and Pacheco number 20. And they'll both come in.
It's hard to see with the camera angle, but there is such a massive space between Sam Fletcher, Ramses Martinez and Thabit Bartman. And as a three in midfield, when you win the ball, you've got to get tight if you want to be able to play in there. And so far that's, you know, been playing up to Chava and losing the ball. So they got to do something different.
Aldana has space. And a nice ball by Thabit Bartman out to Caden Vom Steeg. Here's the ball played in and up over the goal. So here comes Nemo Phillip and also Rene Pacheco.
Yeah, Chava and Pablo Figueroa coming off. And
there is Rene.
Yeah. You know, Chava, he's got some goals this season, but you know, in this game here today, he's coming up against two central defenders that really want to go and get the ball, and you've got to be strong. You've got to be able to hold the ball up, and especially when your team's struggling to keep possession, you've got to be that hold-up player up front, and he hasn't done that tonight. I'm sure that's what the coaching staff will be talking to him about, and hopefully he comes on and executes the next time he's on the pitch, because if he gets a chance on goal, he'll certainly finish it, but you've got to do the other side of the game as well.
There is Nemo Phillip. Scored against Sacramento State, scored the second goal of the match on Wednesday night in that 3-0 victory by UCSB, and that was Nemo's first goal of the season.
Great goal as well.
Yes.
Left-footed on top of the box, good little play with Thabit Bartman, and it was a very good goal for his first.
There's a shove from behind by Osorio on Fletcher. That'll be a free kick for the UCSB Gauchos. 24th minute, still no shots on goal by either side. Although there has been a tremendous amount of traffic in the Gauchos' end of the field by the Riverside Highlanders. That'll be a UCSB throw on the far side. There's Aldana. Martinez breaks out. Nicely done by Ramses. And that ball to Caden Von Steeg. Caden dispossessed here. That will be a throw for Riverside. That's nice work by Brendan Clark, the 5'10 sophomore from Florida. Gauchos get it back. Here's Ballard McBride thrilling the crowd. Pacheco, his first touch. If you're UCSB here, Ben, what kind of a build are you looking for?
And at this point, I'd be happy if they kept possession and didn't just turn it over. You know, we people talk a lot about, you know, how you're going to play an expansive, but sometimes if you're just giving the ball away, it's a good idea just to keep the ball for 2 or 3 minutes and calm everything down and try and build yourself into the game rather than just going and trying to do what you normally do, because it hasn't worked so far. There's just a huge gap between them, and so the ball
really isn't there?
The ball they're trying to play, it's not going to work for them.
Caden Von Steeg with a lot of space. Good ball. Here is Phillip. Good first touch. Von Steeg, one of the best at serving the ball in the 18, but he'll give it up to Ballard McBride. Here's Nemo, back to Ballard McBride, and that one cleared out. Cleared out beautifully by Agustin Guerrero.
Good little ball by Nemo Phillip. He's a smart player, and so I'm sure that, you know, Tim Von Steeg's putting him on there knowing that if he gets hold of the ball, he'll look to make things happen. He's not going to rush it. He's not necessarily going to run in behind, so something a little bit different to Chava.
Fletcher. And I think that went over the end line. It did.
He ran it out. A little bit better in the last couple of minutes from the Gauchos.
One more look at Sam here. Just ran out of real estate with that touch, didn't he?
Yeah.
There you look at the Gaucho bench. That's Greg Wilson to the far right there with Christy Gates-Bose and
David Elias next to him,
David
right?
Elias, the goalkeeper coach. Here's Finn. Good turn in midfield by Ballard McBride. Look at that move by Finn. Can he get a shot off? Tripped up. And good defense by the Highlanders. Now the Gauchos are starting to put some pressure on. 27th minute, still no score. And Ballard McBride for Phillip, who will let a left-footed shot go, and that trickles to the top of the six.
Good little ball again by Nemo Phillip. He's had a good impact since he's come on. He doesn't just look to do the easy thing all the time, but he's found some passes on top of the box that's been able to get Finn Ballard McBride turned, and certainly turned the screw a little bit for the Gauchos.
Clark heads it ahead to Oscar Pinete. Pinete run off the ball there. This is Davies out of the back. And now Thabit Bartman has got some space. And that one behind Ballard McBride. Riverside, with all the pressure the Highlanders are throwing at the Gauchos up the field, Ben, they are leaving themselves exposed a little bit in the back.
They are, yeah, and it's up to the Gauchos to figure that out and maybe play a little bit quicker and a little bit more direct like they did the other night.
Good ball by Zeller out to Aldana. Here's that pressure again.
There's the pressure, and there's the giveaway. Instead of, you know what, you've got 5 players upfield, it might just be worth just turning one over. It's not pretty, and it's not what people expect to come and see, but sometimes you've got to change it up. You've got to have a plan B, and sometimes you've got to go a little bit more direct and play percentage football.
Yes. That's a very good point, and they need to do that now. Davies way out of the back, over the top. No Gaucho there. We'll have a player coming on for both teams here. That is Rigo Berrigan coming on for UCSB, and coming on for UC Riverside is Issa Badawaya.
Yeah, Aldana made way for the Gauchos.
So Issa comes on. It's actually Badawaya, I beg your pardon.
Replacing number 11, Dorian Morrison. And for the Gauchos, number 16, Roberto Marian, replacing number 15, Jorge Aldana.
Oh, Fletcher got hit hard there.
Yeah, that looked like a nasty one, a high tackle actually. Yeah, his yellow card. I think you'll see he probably catches him right on his shin here.
Good to see Sam get up after that. Look at it again here.
Nice.
Boy, Ramsey's grabbed that ball, was making the call right away. And the Gauchos got the yellow card they wanted. Caden Von Steeg through the center. Oh, nice work by Nemo Phillip from behind. Here's Aldana. And Jorge serves it back post. Can Finn get on it? No, he cannot. Caden with the left foot puts that in, and Gonzalez off his line to get it.
Good ball in.
Rene Pacheco.
Good ball in with his left foot. But Nemo Phillips made the impact that Tim Von Steeg will have wanted here.
Yes.
He's kind of changed things for UCSB, and Riverside give the ball away here to Thabit Bartman.
And here is Phillip now trying to get a shot off. Can he do it with the left foot like he did the other night? Martinez. Oh, the Gauchos had an opportunity. That is the second time here in the first 31 minutes that Riverside has turned the ball over deep in its end of the park. Pacheco. That'll be a corner for UCSB. Good work by Rene.
Gives a chance for Caden Von Steeg to go over and take it, and he delivered two great balls the other night, one that Montari was able to head in. So in swinging corner, you'd fully expect Will Gillingham and Henry Davies to be going and attacking this.
And I think Nemo Phillip too with his size.
Yep.
You can hear Tim yelling to Rene Pacheco.
Yeah, he's asking him to go top of the box on the side where they'll usually head it out, and
flicked away, top of the 18. Gauchos putting the pressure on. Berrigan with his first touch. Rigo. Into Pacheco, and that one headed in for a goal!
It's a great goal. It's a phenomenal ball from Barragan, and Pacheco gets in up and just flicks it in, and last 5 minutes the Gauchos have just turned up the pressure, but that's what you want to see from substitutes. Exactly what we were saying before. If you're going to be on the bench and the starting 11 perform as badly as they did in the first 20 minutes, you've got a chance to come in and make an impact. And that's Barragan's ball. Rene Pacheco just gets up, flicks it to the back post. That's a great header, great goal from the Gauchos, and the substitutes combined to make the impact.
Rene Pacheco's third goal of the season puts UCSB in front 1-0 here in the 32nd minute, and another look at it. What superb. A great flick.
Absolutely superb. The ball from Barragan, he sees the run as well. He's left-footed naturally, finds himself on the right-hand side, which means obviously it's going to be in swung. And Pacheco just gets up, and he knows he doesn't have to do a lot, but just put a touch to the back post. Great goal for the Gauchos. 30 minutes in, the 1-0 up, and quite honestly, didn't really see that coming after the first 20 minutes.
That's Rigo's second assist of the season, so the Gauchos have the advantage here late in the first half.
Strike to a goal was scored by number 20, Rene Pacheco, assisted by number 16, Roberto Barragan, and that goal was brought.
What a beautiful goal by the Gauchos.
Into the game for the Highlanders, number 18, Adolfo Magana, replacing number 17, Carlos Susorio.
Adolfo Magana is on for UC Riverside. He wears number 18. He just came on after that Gaucho goal. Here's Hernandez. And there is Magana. He is a big target up front. Here's Clark playing it in, and that one flicked away. And flicked actually over the goal by Barragan, and that will be a corner kick for the Highlanders. Look at it again here, Ben.
He wanted to flick it, and it's come off the other way. Yeah, it's just gone high, but you know what? It's the safe thing to do. Just make sure you get it up and away, make sure you get a touch on it. Tim Von Steeg will be extremely happy with what's gone on with the substitutes here tonight.
They have really stepped it up, as you said, Ben. So this is Padilla taking the corner, the in swinger with the left foot, and that one flicked wide. That'll be a goal kick coming up for Leroy Zeller.
Still not convinced with the Gauchos defending corners. I've got some young fans out here tonight. I know my two kids were out here tonight with signs for Will as well.
They do have
enjoying
signs.
Themselves. I'm sure they're full of candy right now.
That was Guerrero who had the flick on that last one. Here's a ball.
He's got every right to go for that.
Yeah, he does. Finn Beller McBride, he does, doesn't he? And
if you're going to shield the ball on top of the box, you got every right to go for the ball like that.
And that is Agustin Guerrero who's down.
Yeah, he's had every right to go for that.
And that's not why the whistle blew. The whistle blew because Guerrero was down on the play.
I don't know what the ref expects him to do. Just let it roll to the goalkeeper. Not too sure, but
see if we can see what happened here.
He goes to ground early, does number 4, and Ramsey's. You know, I don't think there's anything in that really. He just goes to ground early.
Clock is stopped here with the Gauchos leading 1-0. That's UCSB's 36th goal of the season. The goal by Rene Pacheco, and his 3rd of the season with the assist to Rigo Barragan. And a tremendous assist by Rigo. Great substitutions by Tim Vom Steeg.
Changed the game for sure. Nemo Phillip being the first one that really changed the game. Here's Finn Ballard McBride, and he's shown his pace here, and that's a great ball.
David Bartman missed it wide, and he'd love it again.
He would. He'd want that one back. Finn Ballard McBride just turned up a gear there. And
he did, didn't he?
He just all of a sudden burst into pace. Unfortunately, he put the ball just behind Pacheco, but he managed to just stick a leg out and get it back to Bartman, and that ended up behind him as well, and he's just pulled across the ball, hasn't he? He'd want that back.
Yeah, Bartman goes off, and Jared Vom Steeg comes on for UCSB. There's Thabit.
Yeah, I think he went for power when he really didn't need to. He could have side-footed that in, really.
And Thabit, I thought, put in a very good shift for the Gauchos.
Yeah.
He'll get a breather. We'll see him again tonight. Tempers can flare very quickly on a soccer field. Look out. Get out of there, Will. Will Gillingham needs to get out of there. And Will's not having any of it. He's like a good captain will do, standing up for his teammates. And Will is just... Oh, that's what Will's upset about. Federico Ucar came in with a kick that time, but
I mean the ball's there to be kicked as well. So, you know, as much as the other one was, and I'd turn around to the Gauchos and said, just get on with it. Referee's kind of let a lot go as well here, so be interested to see how he handles this.
And that was on the ball initially was Roberto Garcia Vargas, who has come on. So it's a Gaucho free kick.
I don't think anyone got booked out of all that melee either.
I would have expected something.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
He didn't seem happy with a few players, so.
No. But you're right, Ben. He has let some stuff go on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
1-0 Gauchos on Rene Pacheco's 3rd of the season. Coming in the 32nd minute. We're in the 35th now. The Gauchos looking for more as they continue to put the pressure on Riverside here.
It's interesting. Jared Vom Steeg's come in and he's actually playing a different position in midfield than what he usually does. He's actually gone a straight swap for Thabit Bartman and gone ahead of Ramsey's and Sam Fletcher. So.
Oh boy.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Oh.
Wow. Tempers are sure short right now between these two sides.
The referee didn't get a handle on this game early on, and it's shown really. I think what Will Gillingham's trying to do is run off after making the tackle. And you know what? One of the players has come out there and absolutely booted him from what I saw.
Yeah, and I saw
see
a good,
here, I think he's trying
shove
to
from behind.
Yeah, I think he's trying to run, and then you look here. Yeah, coach as well.
Yeah.
The coach going over, and
I'll tell you what, good for Federico UCR, who was the one that Will knocked over. He got up and was a peacemaker.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a coach getting involved with the player there is not a good situation from the Riverside bench, to be honest. The referee's got to get a handle of this, because he hasn't done anything so far. He hasn't booked any players from that.
Yeah.
If you're not booking any players or coaches in that situation, you basically tell them that that's okay.
Yeah, and here it is again. Now, Will did run over UCR here, but I think that was incidental contact. I don't think Will meant to do that. And Will did the right thing to cover up with all those bodies around him.
Yeah, this got 10 minutes to half-time. Hopefully we get to half-time and the coaches calm some of the players down, because as it stands right now, someone's probably going to get hurt at some point during this game.
Yeah. Riverside trying to build out of the back here with the Gauchos up 1-0. And this is a good ball up the left channel. Tracking is Badawia. And Yisa along the end line, that time got by Will.
He did. Will got caught in two minds, and he went to come and get in front of the attacker, and he got beat for pace in behind in the end, and Sam Fletcher's come and covered for him well here.
That's going to be a corner kick for UC Riverside. So the Gauchos having to defend another set piece here.
Yeah, I'm not sold on them defending these corners either. As only it's too many times that an opposing player gets a run on a standing jump of a Gaucho.
Here's Hernandez, very dangerous player on the corner. That's to the back post, and up to get it is Zeller. One more look at it here. Look at big Leroy, 6'5", and he can jump out of the building too. He's way up to get that.
Yeah, if he shouts, everyone moves.
That they do. One of the best goalkeepers in the country.
I'd move as well. I wouldn't want his knee in my back.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't want to get hit by one of those big arms aids either. Caden Von Steeg's had a very good first half, I think, Ben.
He has.
Playing on that right side for the Gauchos. That'll be a Gaucho throw. Second straight game in which the Gauchos have scored in the 32nd minute, according to Arthur Wilkie. And we thank Arthur for that, our outstanding sports information director for men's soccer, men's and women's soccer here at UCSB. Look at the work by Finn Ballard McBride. He plays it into the sixth. The shot saved by Gonzalez.
That is a phenomenal save.
Wow, Pacheco almost had his second of the night. And Ben, you're right.
He should have scored, but what a save. He covered his goal so quickly. Finn Ballard McBride puts it across, and he was at his near post, and by the time Pacheco hits it, he's dived across his far post. You'll see his footwork here. Look at that. He's past his post. I mean, Pacheco doesn't put it in the corner or anything, but he's done so well to get there. What a great save.
Wow, that's one of the saves of the year that I've seen.
Definitely here at this stadium.
Yes. So Caden Von Steeg will take the corner for UCSB. There is Gonzalez. Very, very, very good goalkeeper in his own right. So here's Caden, and that in-swinger, and Gonzalez up to bat it away. Oh, a turnover here, and here's Pacheco. And Rene played off the ball by Hernandez. Hernandez is really impressive, isn't he, Ben?
His footwork are great. Really, really good. Impressive player.
And Phillip. Berrigan plays it to Ballard McBride. Back to Berrigan, a little too far. Good attack by the Gauchos. They just could not come up with anything off that attack, but it was solid.
One of the things we spoke early in the season with Sam Fletcher, and sometimes just, his tenacity just goes over the top a little bit in his emotions. And yes. I think one of the things that I've been really impressed with throughout the back end of the season is, he's been pushed up He's been pushed, he's been shoved, tackled, all the rest of it, hit hard, and you know what, he's kept his head. He's done so well these last few games in some really difficult situations. So fair play to him.
Yes.
Really, really good. And he's a phenomenal player as well.
Von Steeg plays it in to the other Von Steeg, and that one tipped over the bar. That was...
I think he left it to hit the bar as well. Yeah, that's what he's remonstrating about right now.
That was Caden to Jared Von Steeg.
I think you can see by the way the ball comes off that it hit the bar rather than his hands, but let's take a look. Oh, we nearly got it.
Yeah.
It was looping, but I don't think the goalkeeper touched that over. I think it hit the crossbar. I think he left it.
Maybe we could see that again after this corner kick, because it was close. And here's Caden taking the corner for UCSB. Yeah, that's a whistle against UCSB, so that'll be a goal kick. Yeah, but if we could see that again, I'm curious too if the referee missed it. Here it is again. Nice work by our great crew.
Looping header. I think he got.
No, I think you're right, Ben. That hit the crossbar.
You can usually tell with the way that the ball ricocheted, you know, and the trajectory of the ball, if it hits a glove compared to if it hits something hard like a crossbar or a post. And you know, it's one of those things. If that turns into a goal, you feel very hard done to.
Here's Martinez. Ballard McBride. I think Finn has been really good in this first half.
Yeah, he's been sharp after the first, 25 minutes where nothing could really get going for the entire team. Since then, he's kicked into gear, and I think it's actually Nemo Phillip coming on. He's a clever player. He makes runs for other players to be able to find space, and I think Finn Ballard McBride's benefited from Nemo Phillip coming on here tonight.
42nd minute, 1-0 Gauchos. On Rene Pacheco's third of the season with the assist to Rigo Barragan. And what an assist it was, a service from the right side by Rigo.
Yeah,
Ben, you were impressed with that goal.
I really was. You see Rigo, we'll see it at half-time when we see the highlights before we go in, but he picks his head up and you'll be able to see, he sees Pacheco's run going in and just feeds the ball with that left foot, and he's got a beautiful left foot on him, just swings it in, and Pacheco, all he had to do is just get a little nod on it, which he did. He didn't try and do too much with it, which is the key. He didn't try and get too much power, he just let the power of the in-swinging ball glance off his head, and it was a great goal for him, third of the season.
Well, after the Gauchos got off to a slow start in the first 20 minutes or so when Riverside was running all over them, I think UCSB, thanks in large part to its subs, has really picked it up, Ben, and has really been the better team in this second half of the first half.
You know, as a substitute, you get told all the time, hey, if you come on and make an impact, blah, 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 you know, if someone's not playing well, that's your chance to earn your shirt. And wow, those four boys that came on tonight have certainly done that.
And Nemo Phillip, one of them, pressuring in the back here, 43rd minute.
Still a big gap between the two defensive central midfielders. Now the attacking midfielder, Jerry Von Steeg, he's certainly not done anything too different to what Thabit Bartman was doing right now. And
this is Guerrero out of the back. Now Omarson. Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what, they had Badawia on a break that time, and Badawia was calling for it, and he was frustrated when they didn't see him. He was running right up the middle.
Yep.
In between the two center backs.
Yeah, they haven't done what they were doing at the start of the game. They've stopped doing what was working for them, and I'm sure the Riverside coaches, you know, the head coach Capullo will be telling them at half time, hey, listen, the first 20 minutes you dominated the game, maybe first 25 minutes, and this is why you dominated. The reason is that they were stepping quickly onto the back four and the two defensive central midfielders of the Gauchos, and all of a sudden they just dropped deep.
Well, do you think, Ben, because it was your observation, and a very keen one at that, where at the beginning of the match you really weren't sure what shape, as Caden Von Steeg plays it into the top of the 18 and Pacheco could not come up with the touch he needed there. But could it have also been the Gauchos were confused by...
I think they were. I don't think they could figure it out, because I certainly couldn't. And, you know, the thing with it was they were pressing so high, but the central defenders, if the ball came into Chava at the time, they were getting in front of him as well. So it was just, you know, it was certainly they were winning the battle with the Gauchos, but you know, tactically and you know, they were a lot more energetic as well. And I just think the Gauchos just turned it up a little bit with those subs. I think Tim Vom Steeg said, hey, go change this game for me, and they certainly did. So it's up to Riverside to go back to that. Maybe they started to tire a little bit after 20 minutes of doing the work, but we'll see how they come back out for the second half.
Final 10 seconds, and the Gauchos aren't going to get anything out of this attack. So UCSB is going to go in at halftime leading 1-0 over the Riverside Highlanders. The Gauchos set to begin the second half, and here we go with Riverside kicking off, and the Gauchos leading 1-0. Your thoughts for the second half for UCSB, Ben?
Yeah, they've got to finish this. They've got to start the same way they finished, and you know what, with Riverside right now as well, just the way that they've lined up with the 3-5-2 is very obvious now that they've pushed those two players forward, but they definitely they definitely defend with one of them coming back and making a 4. So it's a little bit more obvious this time as they've kicked off.
Highlanders a little sloppy in the back there starting the second half, so they turned the ball over, but now they are on the ball. Good overstep there by Fletcher. And Sam continuing to work hard, and they're going to whistle Sam for the foul here. I didn't see much there.
No, there wasn't much there, just fighting for possession.
Yeah, I don't know what Sam did wrong there. But the referee saw it differently.
Gonzalez just held the ball up, and Hernandez was able to hold the ball up and to shift his feet like he's done all night. When the balls come into him, he's extremely comfortable with someone on his back.
You see that replay of Brendan Clark holding his foot.
I think he just got in front of Henry Davis and just got clipped here.
Yeah. And Riverside, meantime, is going to have a free kick here outside the 18 by about 15 yards.
Just steps in front of Henry Davis and he leaves the leg in, and he would seem too far out to beat Leroy Zeller, but it's funny that the Riverside players haven't really. There you go, to the back post here.
And that one headed across, and a save by Zeller. And that one got in. Riverside has leveled the match at 1.
Yeah, he didn't grab it at the second attempt. He made a great save from close range, but he couldn't grab it. And I think he actually scoops it backwards. We'll have to see, but I think Leroy Zeller scoops it backwards as he goes to pick it up. You see here, makes a smart save. Look, yeah, he does. He scoops it backwards through his own legs. He's tried to gather it, he scoops it backwards, and they're able to put it in. Yeah,
And Issa Badawia is the one who scored for Riverside, so that levels the match at 1.
Tell you what, look at this though. The Gauchos switch off from set pieces. They don't mark correctly. You'll see, look, Leroy goes to gather. Yeah, it's an own goal.
Do you think it's an own goal?
Yeah, Leroy Zeller puts that in his own goal in the end. Yeah, it's an own goal for sure. I thought at the time that he made a smart save, really from close range, but as he went to scoop that ball, he puts it through his legs.
Yeah.
But you know, the Gauchos, I've spoke about this all season, and they have conceded from set pieces. They do not mark off set pieces. They don't pick a man and they don't stick with runners.
On the goal scored by number 28, Omarson.
No, they said Omarson scored the goal. I agree with you, Ben. I think it's an own goal. And at the very least, if it's not an own goal, then it was Badawia, number 10, who poked it in.
Yep.
So it's 1-1 here in the 49th minute. A very disappointing start to the second half for UCSB.
Yeah, Leroy Zeller will be mad at himself for that. But when I did hear him get up and start talking to his back line is, why are you not marking your men? You know, and it's countless amount of times, especially on corners it happens when they mark zone only, and it hasn't changed all season. Here they are, Riverside, and they nearly got through again. But again, the ball gets clipped to the back post. The only place that ball can go to is the back post from the set piece. It goes to the back post. Sam Fletcher leaves his man, but the worst part about it is Caden Von Steeg at the back post from being redirected is looking at the ball and not looking at the man behind him. So what he's done, he's got drawn to the ball as the ball's gone over. Yeah, that's an own goal. It's an own goal from Leroy Zeller. As the ball gets redirected, he's not looking over his back shoulder, so as the ball turns, the player's able to put a shot on goal. It's very, very poor defending, and it's something that you teach at a very early age. You've got to stick with your man.
And now Riverside on the attack again. And here's a ball served across, and that header goes high and over.
Again, they put a ball in.
Wow.
They put a ball in behind Caden Von Steeg, and he can't deal with the pace. And the ball comes across the box, and they've got another chance here. They've scored.
Oh, they scored again.
This is unbelievable.
Geez, a disastrous start to the second half for the Gauchos.
I'm looking at the body language of the players. It tells the story. It's a fantastic finish. Absolute great strike from Padilla.
Herminio Padilla on the goal.
I'm looking at the body language here of the players because it's important to note this. Right now we've got hands on hips and no one's taking any sort of emphasis to get them going. And this is where they need to come strong. The 2-1 down, and you know, this could be a pivotal moment in the season where Irvine get the chance to host.
Yeah.
Job's not done.
What a strike by Padilla. That's his first goal of the season, Ben.
Yep.
You know, Jared Von Steeg going off, Thabit Bartman coming back on.
Yeah, honestly, it came from before that. Ball gets played in behind Caden Von Steeg. He was on his heels. He didn't realise the player was going. He was able to get a cross in. The player should have done better at the back post. It comes back out to Padilla, and they're able to score. So poor all round, to be honest, and the Gauchos need to get themselves going.
Just like we saw in the first half, a great start by UC Riverside. It's a great start by Riverside here in the second half, and it has resulted in 2 goals.
Well-deserved goals.
Yes. I mean, they have just outplayed the Gauchos here to start the second half.
It's going to take characters here to pull this one back because Riverside are going to dig deep. This is where your big players need to step up and show what they can do. I mean, Tim Von Steeg put Thabit Bartman on immediately.
This is Caden Von Steeg now on the free kick. And that one to the top of the 18, cleared away by Padilla. And Ramses Martinez plays it in.
Kind of ironic, but the UCSB band are playing the Rocky theme music right now, and they probably need a little bit of that fight.
Exactly. Here is Pacheco now playing it into Ballard McBride, and now Bartman. Thabit plays it out wide to Nemo.
Thabit Bartman not set Nemo Phillip up though. He's pushed him wide, and realistically should have just put a little bit off the pass, and look, he sent him too far wide. You wanted to send him on his front foot in order to go to goal, but that's a great defender. I think it was number 19, Brendan Clark.
Gauchos on the corner kick, play it in. Here's Phillip, now with a left footer.
If that's a sign of things to come from Riverside, I mean, Clark got back and threw his body at the ball.
Fletcher now to Gauchos get the ball to the top of the 18. That was Will Gillingham who flicked it in. And now the Highlanders breaking out, and that's going to be against Rene Pacheco. What a turn of events here.
2 quick goals in succession. They've just been stunned, and they just didn't deal well with conceding early.
No.
You know, I think we spoke about it earlier in the season, the rule of 5s. You know, 5 minutes, the first 5 minutes of a game, 5 minutes after a goal, and the 5 minutes after half time. And you know what? They've been guilty of breaking that rule twice of the Gauchos. They conceded 5 minutes after the half-time break, but also conceded straight away within 5 minutes of conceding again. So
look at the work by Martinez here. Berrigan. And nice job by Nemo Phillip to come meet that pass, because I didn't think that was going to connect at all. Here is Berrigan. And now in is Berrigan. Berrigan with a shot. Top of the 6. I don't know if that was a shot, Ben, or a cross.
I think he went to cross. I think he went to pull it back to Finbar McBride. And quite honestly, Finbar McBride was kind of drifting at the back post. He needed to get himself across. You see this part here, he needs to be getting there. And he's just kind of drifting a little bit, not anticipating what's about to come. We said during the senior night possession, I said, didn't I, when they're giving them out, is I always find it a little bit strange that they're doing it on what they perceive to be the last night at home, where these boys should be playing a couple more times here at Harder Stadium.
Yes.
That's better work from Thabit Bartman than what we saw in the first half. Went and closed someone down and went and won the ball, and Nemo Phillip with a little flicking behind that didn't quite work.
Irvine and Northridge right now 0-0 in the 61st minute. The Gauchos need Irvine to, well, preferably for UCSB, they need them to lose. But at the very least, get a draw.
I'm sure someone's putting the message on the field that the Gauchos are down 2-1 at this point over in that
down
game
there
as
in
well.
Irvine, yeah. Berrigan too far for Bartman, but there is Ballard McBride behind the play. Caden Vom Steeg now to Ballard McBride. Can the Gauchos get the equalizer here?
Got to take him in the box here. Go try and take him on. Take him in the box, see if he fouls you. You know, slowing play up like that, sometimes you've just got to go out of play, because once you put him in the box, it only takes a touch and it's a penalty.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, just make him think.
This is Henry Davies. Out to Berrigan. Now Pacheco. Nacho's moving the ball well here. Now as I say that, they turn it over. What a nice play by Henry Davies there.
It may have looked silly, but you know what? He absolutely meant that. He saw that it was the player was coming on his back and he turned it around. He absolutely knew what he was doing. He's a little unorthodox, but
Riverside has dropped everybody back here. And now here is Berrigan. He's onside. Berrigan trying to get a shot off or a cross. He crossed it, but no one there.
Yeah, again, Finn and Nemo's outside the box, and Finn's just kind of hanging out at the back post, which isn't going to do anything. But I don't know why Berrigan didn't shoot. He got the ball down and he's got a lovely left foot. He should have just gone to put one at the far post.
And here's Berrigan now. That's a good ball to Ballard McBride. Finn being marked closely on that far side by Souter. And now here's Finn. Finn playing it in. The ball drifting at the top of the 6 and cleared away.
Yeah, that was going to fall to Thabit Bartman to put home as well. But Finn Ballard McBride's definitely got the beating out there. If he used to just go and run at that player. He's got the beating of him for pace for sure.
Martinez to the end line, looking to serve. Martinez does serve and no one there. Gauchos are very dangerous right now, but they are not having any success finishing the play. Here's Phillip. Nemo putting a move on. He'll put it into the 6, and that one. Now here is Bartman, and Bartman up over the field and out of play.
Sometimes the issue with having such a thunderous strike is that you want to hit everything really, really hard every single time. And with that ball, as it's being cut back, you need to guide it. You know, and Thabit's tried to put his full foot through it, which we know he can strike a ball extremely hard, but sometimes you need to guide the ball, and that was one of those times. He's probably had 2 of those moments tonight where he's gone to hit it too hard and it's gone over the bar.
Yeah, that's a whistle against Gillingham.
See Chava warming up, and they're going to need something different from him if he comes in. He can't just make those straight runs in behind. He's going to have to do a little bit different. What Nemo Phillips done well is when the ball's coming to feet, he's looked to play off. So
you can see by the formation out there right now. Now Riverside moves some players up, but they're really dropping players back, aren't they, Ben?
Yeah, and the 3 at the back has really gone narrow as well.
Ballard McBride, and that's a corner kick for the Gauchos.
It was Olmason just coming across and making a good challenge there. Just wait to see what Finn wanted to do. But I think sometimes in those situations you've got to take the man in the box and see if he'll foul you. Right. If he doesn't foul you, shift it and hit it. You know, Finn's definitely got a good enough shot for that. So Caden Vom Steeg on the corner. Let's see if we can make something work. We're getting to the hour mark here, and be a good time to equalize right here.
Caden will put the corner in play here. That ball to the back post. That should be another corner for the Gauchos. It is.
It's not been the greatest of deliveries from him from corners tonight like they were the other night. They were fantastic and just looping a little bit. They've got some height in the box to Riverside, so it's going to be tough for anyone to get on the end. And if they do, you don't get enough power on those.
Right.
You can't generate the strength in your neck to get it. So I'd like to see a whipped-in ball here from Nemo.
Can the Gauchos equalize on this set-piece opportunity? Here's a ball to the near post, and again, the Highlanders play it away. Berrigan keeps it in the attacking third.
They miss Carson Vom Steeg on these corners, don't they?
Don't they ever.
He just goes and finds the ball somehow. It's like a magnet in his head.
Fletcher, good first touch here by Pacheco. Leaves it for Bartman, back to Pacheco. Somebody's got to shoot, Ben.
Yeah, right.
And it's still up, and he missed it.
It's a good effort, but yeah, you're right. I mean, for all the fancy play outside the box, UC Riverside are going to be okay with that. They're just going to put bodies centrally, and someone's going to have to test it from outside. It's a decent effort there from Nemo Phillip.
He has had a fine match.
He has, but you know, one of the things I'd kind of like to see is maybe him go out to the right-hand side and Finn Ballard McBride go centrally. Let Finn Ballard McBride play on the last shoulder, because I think if Nemo Phillip goes on the right-hand side, he's got that opportunity to cut in on his left foot.
That went off of Caden for a Riverside throw on the far side. Jim Vom Steeg, you see him in the background there, just has to be beside himself right now, Ben.
Yeah, he's got to be furious with his team, and the response to going to conceding the goal was extremely poor. I spoke about the body language, and it was really, really bad.
Now here come the Highlanders again, as that time Badawia did not have the numbers. It was just himself against 4 blue jerseys, but Riverside again attacking. Padilla, who scored the second goal, and right now that has Riverside up 2-1. Padilla back on the ball. Whistle against Riverside.
Yeah, no one knew what that call was for, because people were walking in the wrong direction. So
and against Magana. Well, the Gauchos are a dangerous team. They've scored 36 goals this season. They need one more to equalize here after leading 1-0 at halftime. Riverside with 2 quick goals to start the second half. Pacheco collects the ball at the top of the penalty area.
Yeah, they've got to take it a goal at the time. They can't be thinking of winning this game. They've just got to get back to equal terms with Riverside before they go on and do anything else. That's not going to do it.
Nemo Phillip chipping the ball over. Thought Perhaps Thabit Bartman would have been there. Now we've got a Riverside player down. Referee calling the trainer out right away.
Yeah, I think it's precaution as a head injury. Now they're telling him to stay where he is. No, there's always there can be a bit of let's see. Yeah, there's nothing there, but you know, there can be start to be a little bit of gamesmanship here as well. You know, bring the trainer out. I mean, he's coming out with the towel, so
yeah.
I mean, he's not. Yeah, you've not got a lot of things to come out onto the field with if he is hurt. So, you know, go down, stay down, buy yourself some time in order to collect everything. You know, the Gauchos have been on top, and you know what? That's what the Gauchos are going to be up against in these next 30 minutes, because there's going to be some time wasting coming up. That's for sure. This is a big result for Riverside as it stands here, and to put themselves back into contention. So
right. We'll check on that Irvine CSUN score. They are in the 71st minute now, and there's still no score.
So that game's ahead of this one, so
right.
So we'll know. So Jerry Bumstead comes in for Sam Fletcher.
Number 33, replacing number 25, number 11, Dorian Morrison, replacing number 9.
Dorian Morrison comes back on for Riverside.
Jared's going to have to get himself going. He's going to have to play quickly. He's going to have to play forward. You know, with 28 minutes to go in this half, you know, playing sideways and backwards, and you know, kind of keeping and maintaining possession as he does, which is great when that's needed. But he's going to have to change it up a little bit and really go forward.
Riverside putting pressure on here. The Gauchos almost turned it over.
I think they did. Yeah, Caden from Steeg tried to play that square pass that we speak about and gave up possession. I don't see anyone leading here out for the Gauchos right now. I don't see any leaders out there. No, and it can't be up to the coach. It can't be up to the coach, to be perfectly honest, to pull your players to a game. You know, these young men, between them, they've got to start sorting things out for themselves rather than the coach. You know, Tim can only do so much on the sideline. The players between the white lines have got to get together. During these stoppages in play, I usually look to see if the players get together and start talking, and they're kind of out there on an island together. They're not really talking, they're not communicating.
Caden, or I beg your pardon, Jared just got a yellow card.
Out of all the fouls here tonight, and that's the one that gets a yellow card. It's an interesting one, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. 64th minute, 2-1 Riverside. Nice play by Gillingham to overplay that. And Phillip turned it over. Boy, I still cannot get over the fact that Riverside came out of the locker room and just scored 2 goals like it was nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like how they started the game. They went after it, and I really do think the coaches turned around and said, "Guys, boys, why wouldn't you go back out and do the same thing as you did in the first 20 minutes? You know, you were running the Gauchos ragged. There was massive open spaces, and
here's the first goal.
Yeah, look, it does straight from Leroy Zeller. That's his first mistake of the season. He'll be extremely mad, but honestly, his players in front of him just didn't help him whatsoever. I'll say it again, that there's 2 mistakes before it comes to Zeller. One from Sam Fletcher allowing the player to run around the back, and the other one from Caden Van Steeg not checking his shoulder and seeing the man behind from the ball being redirected. He was ball watching.
Berrigan serves it, headed, save, rebound, save.
It's in.
Is it in?
He's given the goal.
The referee has given the goal. The Gauchos have leveled the match in 2.
Yep.
It went across the goal line before it was cleared out by the Highlanders.
Yeah, he gave it so. It's funny actually, in the last 5 minutes, Finn Ballard-McBride's gone to a central position and Nemo Phillips gone out to the left, and you'll see it here. David Bartman heads, goalkeeper saves. Oh,
that's Finn on the goal.
It's Finn on the goal, but wow.
Well, that was close, wasn't it?
I'd like to.
And there's a yellow card issued to Brendan Clark, who's not happy with that call.
I'd like to see that again, because honestly, I'd like to see what the linesman's position was, because I think he was in a really, really good position, to be honest. Let's see. Goalkeeper spills it. I mean, we're not going to be able to see from the line there, but oh, that looked tight to me.
Yeah. And Capello just got a yellow card. And Capello is screaming at Tim Von Steeg now.
He's going to get sent.
He just got sent off with a red card.
I think he's screaming at the linesman or the referee's assistant on that side.
Oh, you're right. He's not screaming at Tim. He's screaming at the linesman on that side.
Look at Tim's face. Tim's face tells you everything you need to know.
I beg your pardon. That's a good call on your part, man. He was screaming at the linesman, not Tim. Tim just happened to be in the way. And Capello has to go to the locker room.
Quite honestly, I'm going to be,
And he's out of their next match.
He's out of the next match, yeah. Doesn't do anything to keep his bench under control, but I kind of understand how mad he is, because that was incredibly close. And one thing we know, just to kind of let the viewers at home know how this stuff works, the entire ball has to cross the line.
Right. If we could see it from that other angle, the first angle we saw it from JP's camera,
we might have a better look, but the entire ball has to cross the line. And for the linesman to be able to see that, he can't be by the corner flag either.
There it is again. And this right here, I don't think the whole ball's across.
I don't either.
I think the Gauchos got a gift there.
I do too.
UCSB now has it in the final third, and they lose it here.
I do too. And
thank you to Ree and our crew for that.
Yeah, thank you. That's great work to be able to get that, and it helps us out tremendously to make sure we're calling things accurately and impartial. But you know, I think that's what Tim's facial reactions were like. I can't believe that just got something that close.
Went their way.
Yeah, went their way. You know, it's moments like that in the season that can really turn it for you.
Yeah. So Tim Capello has been thrown out of the match with 2 yellows and a red. 2 yellows that equal a red.
So one of the things I was talking about before, you can see on this side here now, Nemo Phillips come out to the right, Finn central. One of the things I spoke about 5 minutes ago that I think could work is Nemo Phillips being able to cut inside on that left foot and Finn being a little bit more central. He seemed to just be out of the play too often when he was on the right hand side. Now a little bit central, he's got his goal.
And this one popped up in the 6. Finn plays it down. Portman!
Again, goes for power. The ball's bouncing up, but tells you everything you need to know as a player. If the ball continues to go over the goal, you're probably doing a couple things wrong. You're either leaning back or you're trying to hit it too hard. You know, so if things continue to happen, you've got to start to ask yourself why it's happening. And again, he's tried to smack that. He's tried to hit the back, rip the back of the net. When realistically, you just need to put it on target. Right. It's going to go in from 8 to 12 yards.
Oscar Pineda has come back on for UC Riverside.
Next one he gets, he should be side footing.
So 2-2 here in the 67th minute. Just tremendous excitement here at the stadium tonight.
Right. Who'd have thought this?
And I'll tell you what, Rigo Berrigan was involved in that second Gaucho goal like he was the first. Here's a ball played too far. Yeah, it was his service from the left that started it all.
It was, yep.
And Rigo making a strong bid for man of the match for the Gauchos.
Seriously, him and Nemo Phillips for me.
Yes. Boy, you really had it, Ben. You saw the referee point to the center circle awarding the goal there. That was great work on your part.
Yeah, it's the first thing I looked at because, you know, it was so tight. The referee was running away. The play was developing, but I looked over and the referee's assistant still had his flag up on that far side. So it's a big call to make.
Oh, the Gauchos now have to defend. And they do defend well with Henry Davies.
Yeah, good job he made that tackle because I couldn't quite see the number, but there was someone loose on the 6-yard box.
Irvine has scored to go ahead of CSUN, and offside is Finn Ballard McBride. 1-0 that score. Arthur just texted us. And that's in the 78th minute down in Irvine. Gauchos need the Anteaters to either lose or draw, and UCSB needs to win here tonight to claim the Big West regular season championship and the #1 seed for the Big West Conference tournament.
As it stands, it goes down to the last match of the season.
Yes.
And that would mean the Gauchos need to win it in order to ensure home field advantage.
Yes. Well, the Gauchos need to take care of business here as we look at it again, and that's on Renee. We haven't mentioned what a beautiful night this is out here, Ben.
Yeah, compared to the last game where it was
fog
definitely a little bit cold. I actually brought another jacket tonight. I hadn't had to wear it.
Here is Phillip now. And Irvine trying to come through the center circle here with UCAR. Hernandez, very dangerous player. And this is Alexander. Now to Hernandez on top. He'll flick it in. And off his line to get it is Zeller. What a turn of events. What a explosive second half this has been on both sides.
A great second half, and we've still got 20 minutes to go, so hopefully at least another goal, and I'll be biased here and say hopefully for the Gauchos.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, Coach Capello was so upset and that the Gauchos being awarded that goal when it looked like the ball was played off the goal line in time. From our replay, it looked like that was the case. And now here, before I get to that point, here's Morrison now in the Anteaters with a strike, and that one took a deflection.
Comes from that right hand side again, and Kenny Bromsteig just was hesitating to the ball and got beat to it on that side. It looks like he's definitely got the beating of him here tonight so far.
Good switch ball here by Phillip to Rene Pacheco.
Take him into the box. He's got to take this and bring him into a box. He's 1v1.
And Pacheco to the back post with no Gaucho there.
You know,
that's going to be a corner for UCSB.
For a corner, but you know, from Pacheco there, he's 1v1 with Ormson, and I don't know why he wouldn't just go run at him. He's definitely faster than him. He's got quick feet. Put him on his heels and see what you can do.
Beautiful moon tonight. And Gauchos are going to bring on two players, but Riverside is bringing on a player right now before we get back to action. Adrian Mean Tatum, a defender, has come on, a freshman defender for Riverside. And Pablo Figueroa has come back on for the Gauchos.
Someone's got to go and attack this.
Here's the corner, and that's up to Gonzalez to pull it down. And Gonzalez, a sure-handed goalie for UC Riverside, able to grab that with relative ease.
He made a good save from the first one, and.
But I was going to make the point that Capello got thrown out of the match for arguing that second Gaucho goal, but I don't know that he had any kind of angle from where he was to see it. We have, you know, some pretty good proof that the ball did not go over the goal line. The full ball didn't, and that the Gauchos really were given a gift by the assistant referee, but I don't know how Capello could have seen that from where he was.
And you know, we don't see it from our camera angle where the referee's assistant was, but I've got a feeling that's what Capello's having a little bit of an argument.
Okay.
Like,
there again.
You know, how could you see it from that position from where you were? Mm-hmm. I think that's what he might have been saying. Obviously, I'm speculating at this point, but just from the way he was, you know, gesticulating to the referee's assistant when he was arguing, it seemed to be that that's exactly what he was saying.
Phillip, I think you're absolutely right. Here's Bartman. Now, the Gauchos have a chance, and Figueroa sent it over the bar.
Some great interchanges from the Gauchos, and I can't believe he's hit that over the bar. It would be harder to hit it over the bar than hit the back of the net. Look at this. Finn just lays it off. That's on a plate. Just put your foot through it.
And I wonder, did that take a deflection? They are not going to award a corner kick, so apparently it did not. There is Aldana coming back on for UCSB.
Yeah, I think that's a smart change. I think UC Riverside had the beating of Caden Van Steeg for pace on that out on that right hand side, and I think Aldana will just offer that a little bit of pace in order if the ball does get thrown in behind.
Irvine has gone up 2-0 now on CSUN, and that is in the 83rd minute. Now the Highlanders breaking across midfield with Osorio, playing it out wide. 74th minute, 2-2. This has been one of the more exciting Gaucho soccer matches of the season. We've had everything in this, a near brawl in the first half.
Had a coach sent off, we've had a few yellow cards, we've had a goal being given from the referee's assistant for only just crossing the line. I mean, yeah, it's had it all. It's had some good play, some pretty poor play as well.
So here is Will Gillingham, the captain of the Gauchos.
Oh, I don't like that ball. You've got to put he's just put Henry Davis under unnecessary pressure from that ball. You've got to strike that ball and make sure it gets to him. You can't loft it in there.
Good first touch here by Phillip, and a nice ball to Martinez in space. Ramses plays the through ball to Finn, and that's a whistle against McBride. Oh yeah, good call. Finn took the man down. And Thabit Bartman has had a strong match tonight. Dispossesses in midfield. And a good ball here to Figueroa.
Yeah, he's picked it up since his first half display, which honestly left a little bit to be desired, but he's come out for the second half and really got going. That's a great ball.
Oh, Berrigan, and another great save by Gonzalez. There should have been a handball.
That's handball, and the referee wasn't looking. He was running away in the opposite direction.
Here is Thabit Bartman. He shoots, he scores! 3-2 Gauchos here in the 76th minute, and the Gauchos are going crazy.
Yeah, the entire bench is up. Thabit Bartman, he's stuck 3 or 4 over the bar tonight, and I said the next one you might want to side foot, and it looks as though that's what he's done, to be honest. He wasn't taking a chance at firing it. I think the ball from Finn Ballard McBride in the end was the one, but before that the referee looked away.
He missed a handball.
He missed a handball on the box, yeah. It was Finn, look, yeah, I think smart finish from Bartman. No chance he's missing from there. And the Gauchos have pulled this out, and they've got 15 minutes to hang on, to be honest. Tim Baumstiegel, yeah, he's getting for Sam Fletcher ready to come on. It's a smart move.
For Thabit Bartman, his 7th goal of the season, and it puts the Gauchos ahead 3-2. Boy, Gonzalez just seconds before had made a great save.
Caden Baumstieg's come on for Rigoberto Barragan.
And Barragan was terrific tonight.
Yeah. They've taken Nemo Phillip off, and they've put Thabit Bartman as striker and put Caden Baumstieg on as well.
And I think Nemo was terrific tonight too.
He was. He's done very, very well. I mean, relief. As the players were running over to celebrate, I just fixed my eyes on Tim Baumstieg, and you could see relief.
There is Nemo Phillip, along with Rene Pacheco. Pacheco 20, Phillip 85. And Bartman, can Bartman win this one? And it's played away. Boy, Riverside is on its heels right now.
Yep. All of a sudden, they just started to look ragged, and now they've conceded 2 goals.
Yeah.
So shows how quickly these games can turn. But back to Tabby Bartman, his first half wasn't extremely impressive. And they went 2-1 down, and they put Tabby Bartman on immediately, and he kicked into gear.
Yes.
You know, and that's one of the things that, you know, as a coach, obviously having played, I'd be telling them, you can't have off nights. You can't have nights where you're just willing to go through the motions a little bit. You've got to turn up and you've got to give 100% every single time.
Right.
You know, you can't just think it's going to happen for you all the time, because since he's come on in this second half, he's gone and put in an unbelievable, energetic performance.
Oh my goodness, Ben, I'm sorry about that. Figueroa got in there.
Gonzalez just managed to get it away. It was a short back pass. We call that a hospital pass from the defender. Now they've lost it again.
Here's Pablo.
And it's a corner.
Yep.
But yeah, back to Thabit Bartman. He's up the tempo. And that's what you want as a leader, but you don't want him to come out for the first 20, 25 minutes and give the performance that he did prior to that. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's a good learning lesson for him right there. And I'm sure the coaches will watch this game back and say, in the playoffs, you can't afford to have 20 minutes off from a 90-minute game.
Riverside trying to bring a player on here. Gauchos are going to bring a player on. Gauchos are going to bring Chava Aguilar back. There's Chava, number 32, and for Riverside, they'll bring on Herminio Padilla, as Caden Von Steeg will take this corner kick for UCSB.
See, look at him. He's gasping for air now because he has absolutely put a shift in in this second half. And you know what? He scored the winner. He comes up big when they need him.
There's Caden now on the corner.
Another poor corner again. He delivered some unbelievable balls the other night. Tonight hasn't quite happened on the corner kicks for him. 12 minutes to go for the Gauchos to hold on. I'm sure Riverside are wondering exactly what, Irvine are wondering exactly what's going on in this game.
Anteater's probably trying to get off the field to be able to watch. Well, CSUN scored in the 88th minute, so it's 2-1.
That'll be a nervy few minutes now for Irvine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Super Sunday back in England for the Premier League.
Yes, indeed. Let's see what Chava can do up front for the Gauchos. He's got fresh legs.
Yeah, he's gone centrally as well, and Finn Ballard-McBride's gone out to his right-hand side again. So.
And Finn has been spectacular tonight. Ballard-McBride, that one flicked by Figueroa, but he didn't get much on it, did he?
Yeah, it was just played behind, wasn't it, from Finn? He just took it to the byline and couldn't quite scoop it back.
The Gauchos are going to, in all likelihood, host at least a second round Big West Conference playoff match on November 6th. So make your plans to get out here on November 6th to support the Gauchos, Ben. That'll be definitely, well, I mean, it is really looking like they will host. Now, this is dangerous for Riverside.
Yeah, Caden Von Steeg gives it away sloppily, but to his credit, he got back and defended, and Riverside had to go backwards. Oh. Came out of nowhere, just gave the ball away.
UCR. Federico has had better boots. And Aldana will take some time here. The referee telling him to hurry up. Nice work by Jared there, Jared Von Steeg, and the Gauchos get the possession. And that one out. It looks like Irvine is going to hold on and win that match 2-1. Riverside bringing back Dorian Morrison and Adolfo Magana.
And Hernandez as well has come back.
And Hernandez as well. Nice job by Caden Von Steeg there. Playing that ball back toward the center circle. 82nd minute, Gauchos 3, Highlanders 2. Look at Henry Davies. Look at Davies. Look at Davies just shielding his man and earning the throw for the Gauchos.
Yeah, they've got to be smart now, the Gauchos. Run time off the clock when they need to.
14 looks like he constantly has a running breath.
Now the referee warning Caden Von Steeg that taking too much time.
Yeah, not sure he took any time, but
I don't think he took any time either. So here now are the Gauchos.
Tim spoke a few times this season about the game management of the players. We can think of LMU where that didn't quite happen. So it's going to be interesting to see how they see this one out. You know, keeping the ball playing into the corner, not doing anything too crazy.
Gauchos have got to turn the tide here. And now Riverside with a dangerous opportunity. And this is going to be a free kick for the Highlanders. Fletcher and Ramses Martinez. Temper's flaring again. Look out. Leroy Zeller getting involved there. Dangerous free kick just outside the penalty area, top of the box. Yeah, look at it again here, Ben.
I think it's probably a foul. It's central as well, so it's one of those where the goalkeeper's got to be, Leroy Zeller's got to be really comfortable about where he lines his wall up, and there's a number of players around the ball. I'm actually shocked to see that Hernandez isn't over it. Let's see who's going to hit this.
Morrison, it looks like.
I mean, honestly, from this distance, I mean, look how many players are in the wall. He's got a 5-man wall. He's going to be really difficult for Zeller to see, and you just expect him to blast this.
Yes.
No point placing it, just blast it.
And he does, and he blasts it over.
It's not the greatest effort. He still looked to go up and over the wall, and it's not going to happen. You've got to drive that and hope that the goalkeepers just can't see it, and maybe there's a deflection from some sticking a leg out. But look, goalkeeper can't see, just blast it. And he's gone to go up and over. That's not ever going to happen.
For UC Riverside, Badawia has come back on. Issa Badawia has come back on. As you look at Tim Von Steeg, who is less than 7 minutes away from what would be another conference victory and keeping the Gauchos unbeaten in conference. They are 5-0-2 as we stand right now, looking to get to 6-0-2. And here now is Figueroa. Stay on side, Chava. He does. Chava trying to outrace Gonzalez to the ball. He lost that race, but a good effort by Chava Aguilar nonetheless. Watch out. That time Jared was tugging on the jersey. And the whistle against Ramses Martinez, fouling Omarson. I'm not sure what the referee is doing at this point, Ben. He has been animated all night, the referee.
He has.
This ball played in by Padilla. Headed away by Von Steeg.
Yeah, good header. Got to close this down, and they did.
Send it the other way, boys.
And there's that game management piece again, just not blasting the ball forward and giving the ball away for a ball in the box.
Oh, and an opportunity there for Magana, but he sent it high.
I'm looking at Greg Wilson here. He's coming, he's coming out to Finn Ballard McBride and say, hoof the ball away. What are you doing inside your own 18-yard box and trying to beat a man with 5 minutes to go? I mean, referee stopping the clock again. I mean, the ball's gone over the crossbar.
And the Gauchos, I mean, haven't taken any extra time on this.
This is a strange sign, by the way. And I nearly said it earlier. I think Leroy Zeller's hurt his leg.
Well, he's got a bad ankle.
Yeah. He doesn't look to be moving freely, and he's asking his central defender, Will Gillingham, to take a goal kick for him. So,
yeah, his right ankle has been bothering him.
You know, so again, you know, you go into that last game of the season, and you know, is it worth him taking the week off in order to get right and healthy? And they can only do that if they've clinched, obviously.
And Morrison now wins the possession back. Good job by Davies. Henry Davies defending for
Had to be,
UCSB.
otherwise it was a goal.
Yeah.
You know, Caden Vom Steeg.
There you go.
Caden Vom Steeg was soft in the tackle. McBride's got to hit this.
Oh. Goalkeeper was way out.
Honestly, Henry Davies, if he doesn't get a foot to that ball, it's a goal.
Yes, I agree. Here's Pablo Figueroa taking it to the corner, and that'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, Caden Vom Steeg got beat in the tackle. And as the ball went central and they looked to play it, Henry Davies stuck out a leg and got there, but there was two players coming in from behind that would have had a one-on-one with Leroy Zeller.
Gauchos now
They got to make
bringing
sure,
everybody back.
Yeah, they got to make sure they don't concede a corner here. In the closing minutes, they don't want to give corners or free kicks away and give Riverside a chance to put the big men in the box.
87th minute, Gauchos 3, Riverside Highlanders 2. And Padilla plays this in. UCSB defending well at the top of the 18, but still not out of danger. Padilla, left-footed, service in. Oh, boy.
Oh.
And we've got an injured Highlander down in the box.
I think Will Gillingham clips his leg.
And Ballard McBride plays it up. This is Chava. And that'll be a throw for the Gauchos. Allow him to take some time, and here's a yellow card.
Free kick, yeah. He's given free kick.
It's a free kick, yeah.
Yeah, but going back to that incident in the box, I tell you what.
Omarson just shoved him.
I'd like to see the replay of what happened in the box, because I think Will Gillingham went to knock the ball away, and I think he caught a Riverside player in there.
We're going to have a Riverside player come on right now.
Here it is.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know if he caught him or not. Did he catch him?
I think so. It looked like he did.
Yeah, the referee turned straight away and said no, but I thought it might have been one of those. Let's see. Let's watch now. No.
Yeah.
It'd be tough to call it.
Yeah.
Two players swinging the legs, but hey, in this game it wouldn't have shocked me either.
No. Nothing would shock me in this game. Highlanders again bringing on another player as the clock continues to tick away. 88th minute.
Tim Vom Steeg's paced up and down this sideline again tonight. His step tracker, he's definitely hit 10,000 steps tonight. Doing his best to stay healthy.
There he goes again.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah, the Gauchos chip it up.
Yeah, hit the line.
What a comeback by the Gauchos. They were down 2-1 early in the second half after Riverside scored two of the fastest goals you'll ever see to start the second half. Gauchos led 1-0 at halftime, but then they found themselves down 2-1.
I'm glad
and they have come back.
Yeah, I was worried. I was looking at the body language and the lack of communication between the players. I was a little bit worried for him, but you know what? They stepped up big, so.
Morrison plays it back post. No one there, Ben.
We should see this one out now.
89th minute. Approaching the final minute of play, and Leroy's his right ankle is bothering him because he's going to have Gillingham take this goal kick again. Final minute of play.
1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining.
He's got to drive this as far as he can towards the Gaucho bench, is Will Gillingham. That's exactly what he does. Got to win the header.
Fletcher heads it straight up. It's a throw for Riverside. They throw quickly. Highlanders not done yet. Here's Morrison. Morrison chips it back post. Look out!
Oh,
and that one headed across the 6. 20 seconds remaining in regulation.
They should have scored.
Hernandez, and that one.
Here's a corner.
defended away by Chava Aguilar. It'll be a corner kick for the Highlanders. 8 seconds to go.
There's going to be 2 balls on the field as well. Yeah, he's done. Hey, that's really smart. The Riverside player, he's gone down and said he's injured, which means the clock has to stop. And you know what? You can boo all you want as a Gaucho fan or whatever, but the Gauchos were playing games, putting 2 balls on the field, and the Riverside player going down stopped the clock. It's pretty smart, to be honest. He'll add time back onto this clock as well, I think. Gonzalez is going forward as the goalkeeper too.
Clock says 3 seconds remaining.
He's putting time back on the clock here. Yeah, he's putting time back on the clock. He's telling the sub to come in. I think we'll see the clock change.
There you see Hernandez getting set for the corner here.
Yeah, one of the smart things with this is, so because the clock stopped, they didn't have any subs ready. Now they're able to put some big bodies on. They're able to get more time on the clock and not have to worry. It's pretty smart.
You look at Gonzalez, the goalkeeper is even in for this header.
Yes. So far we haven't seen the clock change, so the ball will come in.
And Gonzalez and Zeller are really pushing and shoving each other.
I mean, honestly, it's silly by the goalkeeper because he'll just give a foul. He may as well just stay away from him and cause a problem elsewhere in the box. So they're going to have to head this directly in.
Yes.
In order for the clock not to run down.
So Hernandez now will have to come up with the corner kick of his life. Gauchos are 1 flick away from winning it. There's the ball. And that's it. The Gauchos have won the match. The Gauchos have